I knew when I was just talking.
So I just handed Cody a plate of eggs, and Cody said, "Man, I don't want to eat these eggs." And Justin said, "Yeah, I'll tell you, I don't like eggs either, but I eat them." And he was saying the first time he went to a friend's house and spent the night over there, and they made eggs, and the eggs were yellow because they had the yolks in them. His dad was a bodybuilder in the '70s, so
the story was with my life. The reason I guess I kind of got into it because my dad got into it before I was even born. I believe he competed in his first show in the late '70s, and I wasn't born until '83. So
really,
yeah, I'm 31, which actually feels really old when I say it.
It is kind of old.
It is kind of old, but so as a kid, I grew up with egg whites and stuff like that. I had no clue. I had no clue there was a difference. I didn't know.
And you couldn't buy them like this. There was
there was
somebody
eggs.
actually pulling the yolks out.
And it was my dad because he was hardcore back then. He was probably 5'7", because I'm 5'5". He's like 2 inches taller than me. I would say he was maybe 215 at like 6 or 7% body fat. At his off season, he competed like at 195, which is really good in the 80s and early 90s. But as a kid, I went to a friend's house one time, and we got up to eat breakfast, and I was like, "Dude, what's wrong with these eggs? They're yellow." And the kid's like, "What?" And his mom, I was like, "I'm not eating this. This is rotten." And his mom comes around the corner. She's like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "I've never seen yellow eggs."
I bet they were like, "There's something
They
wrong
call
with
it
this
child
boy."
services.
Yeah, they were like, "He's been getting beat. He can't even see color anymore."
They need him in the closet. He needs some vitamin A.
But and things like that was always weird because I grew up in a real strict environment as far as that eating and stuff goes for a while until my parents divorced when I think I was 6.
And it was Lucky Charms.
Yeah, my mom hated my dad's bodybuilding stuff, so it was like.
She just hated your dad afterwards.
Yeah, most
That's
women do.
So, do you remember when they used to zip you up in a really tight bag when you sleep so you couldn't grow any taller? Because your dad wanted you to be better at bodybuilding.
He wanted you to be
than
better at
was, so
bodybuilding.
he shrunk
Well,
you down a little.
Instead of binding your feet like they do in China to small
They
feet,
just
they made
shrink you.
us smaller. They actually bound us.
They
our
make you
body.
sleep on a love seat instead of a couch, so you can't.
They're like, these guys don't even have to be 200 pounds to look 200 pounds.
Yeah, you can fake it if you're shorter.
That's true.
Um,
We say it all the time. Like, man, what do you weigh? Like 220. I'm like 135.
Yeah. So I got to ask you a serious question.
Uh-oh.
Intermittent fasting.
okay.
I heard I can eat anything I want if I just starve myself a whole day.
Okay, so I have a few different trains of thought on that.
He's like, where am I
No.
getting tricked?
No, I really I want
say.
to. I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad you asked.
This is a very detailed question.
A friend of ours is doing this.
There's a lot of trains of thought, and most of the people doing the opinions on this are like certified trainers or something. They have no degrees, and they're all.
I like
telling
it that
people
you
to
put
do it.
certified trainer in quotations because it's like that doesn't exist almost.
I don't believe in certified trainers. If you want to work for me at my gym and you have a trainer certificate, your resume goes right in the trash. We require a minimum of a 4-year degree in an exercise-related field, not anything else. I don't want a damn trainer with a degree in business that's got a certification. I'm sorry, but I do not accept it. I will not accept it. So quit sending it to me.
You can get it online from Santa Barbara in 6 weeks.
No. I can get anybody
There were
certified within an hour.
We had dudes in.
You go to Google personal trainer certification, you can be done in an hour.
I did my NFPT, and I didn't read the book at all. I got the book. I set up the test time, went and took the test. I'd been in school long enough that I made a 98 on the test, but I didn't.
Dude, one time my trainer certification ran out when I was the head trainer at Gold's Gym, and you just had to have
Yeah,
something.
you had to have something.
And now this time, mind you not, I already had a master's degree in human performance, health promotion. I was valedictorian, had all my good stuff. They're like, dude, we got to have a certification on file. And I'm like, really?
Are you serious?
Can I bring you my 3 degrees? They're like, no. So I literally, that was before Google, it was something else. I went out in the lobby of the gym, I looked it
Photocopy
up.
and white out.
No, I just typed her personal trainer in. It came up. I was done in 30 minutes. I printed the certification. They're like, okay, good. All right, you got your CPR license? I'm like, yes, he did.
Isn't that funny though how that works? Like that's I remember because that was my whole thing. I had to get the NFPT to be able to train at the Y, and I was like, you realize like I've already got an associate's and I'm an EMT. Like I probably know more about the human body than most of your trainers.
I hate trainer certifications.
There's a bunch of dudes in prison.
Intermittent fasting. So there's a lot of people that do intermittent fasting and get great results because A, you're eating like crap before, and then you're only eating like crap for a couple hours a day. So you go eat like crap the whole time you're awake, or eat like crap for a small window, and you fast the rest of the time, okay, it's going to work.
What if you eat?
You're going to lose weight.
You're not going to lose
gain
weight.
You're not going to come. It's not performance minded. It's just for losing weight.
What if you eat almost okay and then fast?
You before the intermittent fasting, like you're.
I'm just looking for a way to eat fucking pizza and cake.
Okay. So, well, you can work that in if you do like 0 carbs for so long. You can do a cheat meal.
That's not gonna happen.
But 0 carbs suck. But with intermittent fasting, I've had.
How about like 70? How about I cut my carbs down 30% to like 70% carbs?
I can't tell you anything until we do your body fat today. Don't be tricking me in that. But with intermittent
I'm so glad
fasting,
Justin's here. Justin can be like, let's wait just a minute.
Hold on a second. I need data. So the deal with intermittent fasting, have I ever prescribed that to clients before as a nutritionist? Yes. Have I prescribed it as you have read it online? No, probably not. So I do the intermittent different than most people do it, and I have had great results with it. I have people with thyroid disorders, type 2 diabetes. Look, y'all got to realize people that I get aren't just like these guys. I get a lot of people with disabilities, a lot of people with problems.
That's where you see a lot of your diet work.
Yeah.
So you're saying they're not all peak performance athletes?
Oh,
like,
no.
Like us.
You are considered a peak performance athlete compared to a lot of people that I see.
Well,
and that's okay. There's
in the
nothing wrong with that.
No, I understand. Not to make light of it.
Well, even especially as age. Like, honestly, there's a lot of 43-year-old dudes running around that don't find themselves in the gym a few times a week that don't even attempt to try that. So that's...
Much less 10 days a week, like me.
Like me? 26 hours a day.
Like me.
Oh, 10 days a week.
So there's
you'll know, since you were here last time, I have not. I've been to the gym every fucking time. Even when Colin said, "Hey, let's not go. I'm feeling kind of tired today. Let's not go to the gym." I'm like, "Go to the fucking gym, Colin."
It's probably similar. You know what I always tell Colin when he says stuff like that? I'm like, put some Vagisil on it and let's go.
I know.
That was my code word back in the day. Just put some Vagisil on it.
You say it to a lot of your clients.
All the time.
Get that sand out of your pussy.
Someone could get a rep, he's like, "We're supposed to
It's going to grow a pearl. Get that out of there.
So, what's the deal? Is there a guy doing it?
Like a buddy of ours works for James.
Yeah.
He's done some like mixed couple physique stuff. You know, he's done.
Was he in the video yesterday?
Yeah.
I tried to get on yesterday and watch it.
Good dude. You'll like him.
He looked tall and lean, like a physique guy.
I look at him and he looks big to me. He's fucking bigger
the video
than
was
I am.
hard to tell. Right?
And he had on like fucking 3 shirts and shit.
Okay.
But he does. He fucks around with that stuff. And he does, you know, your big 5 and
yeah.
You know, he's a workout dude.
I thought y'all were talking about powerlifting and stuff like that.
And considering he's working full time for James, and on the range fucking, you know, 8 hours a day, that looks fucking really good.
And that's where he was telling me he was back on, and I said that's awesome because that's the right diet for you.
Yeah.
And he said, he's like, you know, this isn't the best muscle building performance diet, which is exactly right.
But there's a lot of health benefits to fasting for 12 hours a day. And I say that because you go, okay, well, you're going to sleep 8 supposedly. So if you don't eat for the first 4 hours and only have liquids, you're good. I mean, that is really healthy for the hormones. Especially if you're trying to drop some body fat. And if you're trying to drop body fat, it'll work. But like with him or other people that I bring in, once I calculate their muscle mass for the fasting, I do what's called my anabolic pulsing. So if I got a guy, I don't know all his stats, but let's just say he's doing the intermittent fasting. So he's going to fast probably 16 to 18 hours a day. He's going to either do a shake and workout and eat in his window, or he's going to eat, work out, and then eat again during his window. What I do is pulse my amino 6 and Vaso during certain windows and protein shakes. So you're still basically fasting because it's already digested. It's in and out in the stomach 15 minutes.
And he takes amino splice on the range.
Yep. And he probably sounds like he's already doing that.
Yeah.
So,
and that's what I told him. I said, that's technically eating, it's just not food.
When you Google the renegade diet or the fasting, a lot of that stuff is highly uneducated. It's like some random person threw it together.
Now,
but
he had
it
asked,
can be improved.
When I told him about the aminos, he had asked if they were branch chain or whole aminos.
Oh, good. That's a good question. I get that all the time.
I don't know the difference.
Okay, so
I really couldn't answer him other than to tell him it's branch chain.
Yeah, it has branch chain. So people need to understand, protein breaks down into amino acids. Okay, so protein is amino acids. Okay, let's just say, and there's 21 amino acids, depending who you ask. 8 of those amino acids are essential amino acids, also known as EAA. So you take your 20 and you go down to 8, or 21 and you go down to 8. So once you have these 8, then 3 of those 8 are your BCAAs, also known as the branch chain amino acids. So, if somebody says, is amino 6 a branch chain amino acid? Yes, but it doesn't stop there, because it also has essential amino acids and 3 other ingredients that I added to make it uptake even better. So, when somebody needs branch chain amino acids, the only reason they're probably saying it is because they're trying to refer to leucine, which is the most anabolic amino acid there is. It is the amino acid that triggers protein synthesis, muscle growth, and the mTOR pathway. So there's a guy by the name of Dr. Lane Norton. He did his PhD on protein, amino acids, and leucine, and in that same category of thought. You Google that guy, he is good. He's an online trainer. But I don't think he takes any clients anymore because he works for a supplement company. But that guy knows his stuff on protein, and he's very educated. If you're confused, you can look at his stuff. But I'll be doing videos on this before too long, probably in the next 3 months, because I'm slammed right now. So if you want to know, amino 6, yes, it has branch chains in it, but it also has essentials. Because remember, essentials are 8. 3 of those 8 are branch chains. So you add 5 to the branch chains and you have essentials. But there's one of the essential amino acids that a lot of people have an allergy to, and it's phenylalanine. That's why you see it on the Coca-Cola cans and all that stuff. So I removed that one essential amino acid out. And I replaced that with L-glutamine, which is really good. We all need L-glutamine. Citrulline malate, arginine HCl, and ornithine alpha-ketoglutarate. So I added those 4 ingredients back. On top of you have your whole essential amino acids. I subtracted phenylalanine, I added those 4 back. But the dosing is very, very important. It's in a blend on the side. I'm not going to tell you the exact dosing, but I will tell you the exact dosing of leucine because that's what you need to know. And every 2 scoops is exactly 4 grams of leucine, which is what you need to activate the anabolic pathway and protein synthesis. So that's why I tell people, hey, 2 scoops is a serving. You can do 1 and sip on it, but if you do 2, you're going to get everything you need.
Now, if you're running testosterone pellets, I already have the anabolic pathway, right?
Well, no, I'm referring to nutrition.
So you still need this to work with the other.
It's like, okay, if you have testosterone pellets and you go anorexic, do they work? No. Or if you go vegetarian, I hope none of y'all are freaking vegetarian or vegan.
Hell no.
That's another good point. We'll talk about that in a minute.
It's like putting high octane in your car but never starting your car.
You want to see some controversy? We'll have it here in just a second. Go ahead and finish where you're going.
The guy who was here yesterday, I only caught part of the video. You could do great with my amino 6. It probably will meet all your demands because it has your glutamine in there too. With the intermittent fasting, you can hit it every 2 to 4 hours, and you can put a scoop of vaso in there to keep the vasodilation, because when you're not eating a lot of food, you will get some vasoconstriction, which is not good on the heart and all that stuff.
That's what he was mentioning, that his diet had affected his ability to sweat and things like that.
So that it slowed his metabolism down.
And that's what I was like, well, and like that's once you start seeing an effect that large, you're playing with a lot more than you think you are.
Yeah.
And that's what I was thinking, maybe even the beef pills and stuff like that, just to give him some actual food
now
in there.
The CIA aminos that's on their website that we have, it has every single protein there is in amino acid form already broke down, plus every vitamin, enzymes. Yeah, this right here.
I take like 100 of those a day.
Let's see.
I take 5 a meal.
The best way to remember it, per 5 is almost 7 grams of protein. So
of real protein.
Of real, it'd be like equal to eating 15 grams. 15 to 20 grams would be like taking it.
Because you're not
digesting it. It's already done. So I had these done in an enteric coating around the pill. So the second they hit the stomach acid, it expands. So the coating comes off and it turns into powder in the stomach. Because you can't drink beef powder, a real legitimate quality. This is actually, all y'all I guess you heard about the peptide amino acids and peptide bonding. A lot of people use that in
They're
marketing.
kind of gritty though when you chew them up. You chew these? Colin said we're supposed to chew them.
He takes them rectally too.
We were joking about we should give these to somebody and tell them to chew that shit up tomorrow.
Because the comparison that people have drawn to these is the universal Unilever things.
Oh, yeah.
But I chewed those one time just to see.
Yeah, they're terrible.
Yeah, not very good.
Yeah.
Don't chew these either. They're not. I tried
comparing these, what I've seen in result-wise, comparing these to universal Unilevers, is like saying, okay, they're both a car. One of them's a Lamborghini, one of them's a Honda Civic.
Yeah. The ones
they'll get you from A to B, but one will get you there a whole lot different, a whole lot faster.
I had a lot of stomach discomfort when 18 over.
Yeah.
It caused a lot of bloating and gas. These don't do that.
No, I put Hemi iron in here, which is the most high digestible iron by the human body, Heme. Some people say hen, but I say Hemi. From Alabama.
I try to I take 6 to 8 of those.
It's got a Hemi in it.
I take 6 to 8 of those with every meal, and I take 2 lean 8s every time I eat. I try to. I don't get them in every time, but I try to do that, and then with a 3 scoop shake also.
Yep.
I take 2 of these and 6 of those. 6 to 8.
The lean 8, I formulated lean 8 to make you use the food you eat for energy and activate the mitochondria, the cell, to burn stored fat for energy as well. Helps you really utilize the carbohydrates.
So we'll get on, and we never say it maliciously. Like, I will mention vegetarians. I'm like, how many vegetarians do you know that are fucking big and yoked and look like they're healthy? There's a few of them walking around that I've met in my life, and I swear they're fucking eating meat someplace when people aren't looking. They look like meat eaters.
Or doing protein shakes.
Right. So we got a buddy who was a vegetarian for a long time, and he just one day he fucking sent me a picture of some bacon. I go, that's probably not your best choice for your first fucking meat you're gonna eat. He's been eating meat.
What are you talking about?
Justin. He'd been eating meat for about a week. So you look at Justin now, about a year later, about a year now, he's been eating meat. Yeah. He just recently got testosterone, and like you look at a picture from him last year and this year, that's a whole nother fucking person.
He's healthier, man.
Like he's just everything about him, his energy level, like you see him moving around, anything about him, the way he fucking shakes hands with you, fucking just completely different dude.
Well, he said whenever he first came and he was just getting off that, he's like, I felt so bad all the time.
So we talk about this, and you're going to have some vegetarian guys show up and say, no, I'm a bodybuilder, and I'm a fucking this, and I'm a that. And
there's only one vegan that I've ever seen that was in really
I can name 1 or 2.
I'm talking about
genetic freaks.
CrossFit. You were talking about the real skinny dude?
Oh, I'm talking about actual looking like bodybuilders. A lot of the CrossFit guys look big compared to average Joes, but at a bodybuilder show they look like
I can't remember that damn dude's name. Remember the video I showed you of him and his wife doing all that crazy shit?
I mean, I don't want to sit here and call out vegetarians and be like mean or anything to them like that.
No.
That's their choice of life. That's great. If that's how they believe, I'm all for it. But if you're a vegetarian, okay, you can still get protein from sources that aren't meat related.
And I think that's what they're saying.
Amino 6.
Amino 6,
like
it's already digested.
Yeah.
So it's derived from, whether it wouldn't matter if it was derived from a live cow. After 27 times of being processed and broken down, there's no cow in there.
Here's another one we got. Colin, somebody who was asking you about the math to gain muscle mass.
James.
Jaeger. So the video we did with Jaeger.
Yeah.
He said, what's the math? And Colin said, basically when I was getting ready, when I was bulking up or doing show stuff, he said I tried to eat 3 grams of protein for every pound that I wanted to weigh.
But that was for someone who was training.
And that's body metabolism and genetics.
Some dude came out.
That is specific, and that's the dude. A dude came out of the woodwork and said, "No, you can't do that." And I said, "I was doing 14 hours a week of cardio. I was training 6 days a week, and I was doing full-time work, full-time school." I was like, "I definitely did it. I was eating tilapia 7 times a day and chicken. Yes, I was."
Yeah.
And like he didn't believe me.
That's a great question. When James, if you're watching this, whenever I meet you, I'll do your body fat and do a.
You're gonna meet James. James is gonna hang out with us in Atlanta.
Okay, I'll bring my stuff for
He'd be here right now. He's just fucking hog hunting.
Yeah, he's hog hunting.
Because I got to sign up for his class anyway. I'm gonna take that there.
You let me know, that way I can take the class for you.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. It's like I hear everything about him. I met his daughter like 20 times up here, but I've never seen him.
Yep.
But as far as the question goes on how much protein you can eat per pound, the basic recommendation, if you don't even go to the gym, is like 1 gram a pound, and it's based on weight loosely. If you weigh 400 pounds and you're fat and out of shape, you probably don't need 400 grams of protein. But that's why I do a body fat, so I know, okay, you have this many lean tissue, this many fat tissue. But
if you're 400 pounds and out of shape, you've probably never eaten 400 grams.
No. And if you eat, like Colin ate 300 grams. I mean, 3 times his body weight, which is probably about 450. And I remember because I did the meal plan when we were eating like that. Now, I don't just do that for everybody. Kind of like a 2 gram, 2 to 3 is kind of my limit on as high as I like to go with people. Because you got to think, how are you going to eat it? How are you going to sustain it? You know, what's your goals? What are you going through? You drink enough water? You take enough supplements? You got enough digestive enzymes? You got healthy bacteria? I mean, it's a lot of stuff. It ain't just I'm going to eat meat and get jacked. You got to balance all the micro and macronutrients.
That's why I had baskets full of shit to take with every meal to make sure that I was getting everything.
But Colin was a freak. I mean, you were eating 7 times a day, something like that. And when I was bodybuilding, my whole bodybuilding career, I was luckily genetically semi-blessed, and I didn't have to do all the hardcore stuff everybody else had to do. When it came time to bodybuild, I kind of, school came first and my brain came first, muscles came second. I always wanted to develop my brain more than my body because I didn't want people to judge me and think I was some dumb meathead. And so I would do, when I did bodybuilding, I focused on bodybuilding 8 weeks a year. So the last 8 weeks before competition, I would eat perfect, getting ready for the show. I would do the show, I would win, and I'd be done, and I would eat semi-good, like 70%. And my thing is, the reason I say semi-good is because I didn't eat enough. Colin did what it took.
How would you say, am I eating 70%?
Oh, he's beating me.
What'd you give me, 50?
How many pizza rolls did you eat last night?
What?
1 this morning.
Oh, okay.
1, motherfucker.
1.
But he did have watermelon and popcorn.
Half a bag of popcorn.
Well, what you got to realize is don't have to be perfect all the time.
Because you're not getting ready for a show.
You're not getting ready. For everybody out there watching this, you don't have to be perfect every day of your life.
I'm nitpicking John because he's my friend and I get to do that.
But I also ate a whole tub of this yesterday.
Yeah, I was going to say, he also had...
And there's half a bottle of this.
I have 2 clients right now that their schedule is similar to the guy on the range. It is absolutely terrible. They told me their schedule, and I looked at it and I'm like, my schedule's bad. This schedule's stupid. But they've got to do it. They've got family, they've got work, and they're pursuing another degree in school. So they're freaking busy, okay? And I work 90 to 100 hours a week, so they're freaking busy. And they're doing 1 meal a day, similar to the intermittent fasting, 1 whole food meal. And they're doing the champ shakes, the amino acids. That's all they're able to eat during the day because they have multiple kids, multiple jobs, multiple responsibilities. And they're not big. One of them's a woman, one of them's a man. And so you can make anything work. No, I don't like to tell people to drink shakes all day. But if you get up in the morning and you want to do similar,
for me to take in shakes than
it is way easier. You could do the semi-bulletproof coffee deal that a lot of people's doing. I have people get up and do a big coffee with the champ protein, so you got like a mocha frappuccino. You can put a little bit of the coconut butter in there, coconut oils for some MCTs for energy if you wanted to. But if your body fat's high, I don't recommend that. And if you do too much, you're going to crap your pants.
That's exactly right.
You can put peanut butter.
It will definitely make you go to
where
the
your
bathroom.
body fat is determines what your macros need to be, and especially if you're just doing it for flavor. I would not. Your energy nutrients are carbs and fats. Okay, so just worry about protein, carbs, and fats to be super simple. Protein comes first. If you cannot get the amount of protein you need to get, you will not get the results you want to get. That simple. And then worry about, okay, well, so let's just say you want to eat 200 grams of protein right now. So look at his day. If he does not eat 200 grams of protein, nothing else matters. But if he can, then he needs to add the energy nutrients in to get where he needs to get. So if you're going to be busy on your feet doing high intensity work, eat more carbs, eat a little bit of fat. But I typically tell people, unless you're trying to gain weight, try not to eat carbs and fats at the same time. Because then you got 2 fuel sources. It just don't make
And they
sense.
snowball really fast.
Yes, really fast.
You don't think about it
Now-
until you've eaten a whole bag of whatever it was you ate.
Now, what about fats? Is fat, or is there good fat and bad fat?
Oh, there's good fats and bad fats.
So I could eat a half avocado.
If you're not, okay, so that's another question I got last week was about avocados. Because I see people, they're like, oh, how many avocados are healthy? They're good fats. Yeah, but you're fat. Do you really need good fats if you're fat? Yeah. Take some fish oil pills.
I burp them, man.
You burp them? If you don't get a good
Yeah, I was
quality
gonna say, you
one,
got a
it's
really
all
good
about the
quality.
brand.
Colin thought he was going to cook us some fish. He cooked us some salmon and some steelhead.
It was
It
good
was
too.
delicious. And I burped that shit. Dude, I might as well just fucking shoot up a fucking...
I didn't burp any of it, but I sure.
There's a certain brand of fish
You
oil.
could smell Colin in here the next fucking day. when
It was
came in. Really?
Thomas too.
It was bad.
It was actually
It was
impressive.
beautiful looking fish.
Well, so it's probably just the type of fish.
Well,
It
we
was
hadn't
so
been eating it either. We
Yeah.
hadn't been eating a lot of fish.
we hadn't been eating it, and we each ate.
Whatever you
8
eat is
ounces
going to
of
come
it.
out of your pores and your smells as well.
Yeah.
So when people prep for shows and they eat a lot of fish, their sweat starts smelling fishy.
Yeah.
You know,
As
you
well
go
as
back
everything
to-
else that comes out of you.
Even as far as Vietnam, I'm pretty sure we could smell them because of the way they sweat, the sweat smell.
Yep. They used to say that you can smell. They smell.
Yep, you can smell them. But so with avocados and added fat intake,
You need to be careful.
Just be careful with it. If you don't already have abs and you're trying to get abs,
Probably not.
okay, it's not a great idea. But if you're not going to eat any carbs,
I like the idea of eating avocados, so we get them. And I eat one or a half of
They
one.
go bad.
And then I take these other 10 that are rotted. You know, we just
Cover
put
them
them up like this. And just
throw them away.
put them out there.
They don't keep very long. Do they?
If
No.
let's see with the avocado,
About a week
if
they
you're doing
turn to
no,
liquid for
no
some reason.
carbs, they're not bad.
Yeah.
With that meal, not no carbs in general.
Yeah. So you
So-
could have like avocado and eggs.
Yeah, avocado
Because you
and
don't
eggs
have two
or
sources
fish.
coming
It's really good on fish. If you're doing a high-fat meal, you could do it with extra lean meat or wild game. But avocado and eggs, chicken and avocado, whatever. Just don't get 100 grams of fat in one meal. Just be reasonable.
Yeah.
Use your brain.
Yep.
Use nutrition data.
Because fat does make things taste a little better, but that's usually when you know you're starting to. It's a slippery slope after that.
My 1-year-old, my daughter's going to be 1 on July 1st. She loves avocado. You peel that thing and start feeding to her, she could eat the whole thing.
How many bottles of this does she eat a day?
Now I got my other daughter, Kinley. She turns 5 in August. She will eat the cotton candy amino 6 straight out the
Oh,
jar.
I've seen the video.
I've got videos and I've got pictures. And I've got
Yeah, like-
numerous other pictures I ain't put online of her eating it. She every day, Daddy, I want to go to Champ. Daddy, I need my protein. Daddy, I need my protein. And she'll start making more. She's like, I want to be big and strong like Daddy. I want to be big and strong. I'm like, well, that ain't necessarily big and strong. Just bigger and stronger than a 4-year-old. So
For now.
For now. But she loves it. Any of y'all out there that have kids, give them the amino 6. Any
It's a whole lot better
amazing
than fruit
flavors. It's
punch
better
and
than
all that
it's-
stuff.
they can use it during games.
They'll drink any of it. You could give them this instead of Kool-Aid, and
Yep.
they would
Yeah.
not
They will
fucking
not know the
it's
difference.
not
Just be
Kool-Aid.
way healthier.
And then you could make a lot of the teenage boys, you know, the dads are always like, let's make them the weight gain shake with the ice cream and peanut butter and all the crap. Okay, well, you're trying to get 1,000,000 calories. It's going to tear their stomach up. Throw some Champ protein in there so they actually get something out of it.
Yeah. Instead of a stomach ache.
Yeah, it's like, okay, you're using 80s and early 90s technology. You're doing something wrong.
That's what the
We
dude
get
said,
accused
man.
of bro science
That's
all the time.
the dude
Bro
that
science?
yeah the
Yeah.
dude that was talking about what it was actually about squats and lunges. He said I was an
There's no
80s
use for
bodybuilder and I was using too many steroids and I was working off bro science. I was actually so pissed off about that.
Like Colin
Before you could
Colin
accuse
knew where the
somebody
dude
of
lived within like 15 minutes.
Before you accuse somebody of something, you have to have a resume to make you have the ability to give them your
Yep.
opinion.
And long story short, after big threat, and I like the opening line, I was like, if you want to talk about bodybuilding, I was like, you're gonna be up way past your bedtime. I was like, I'm about to smoke you. And it was like 15 comments long, and at the end, he's like, I'm really sorry, man. You're right.
Yeah.
And I was like,
And it's like, that's what I hate about the fitness world. That's the only thing I hate. Is people want to judge people, make fun of everybody. Everybody's wrong and you're the damn professional. Every time.
Dude, it's everywhere,
I
man.
hate that.
It's every.
But I guess that's
it's every
every
industry.
industry.
But honestly, that's how, like, when I first started here, I didn't act like I knew shit. I literally was up their ass nonstop asking questions because I want to know everything, but I have to do that, I have to be stupid for a little while.
Yeah.
I have to learn.
I love my clients that ask questions that are dumb questions.
Now Colin's just mean to everybody.
Yeah.
He is.
He's not really mean to me. Because, you know,
Not your face.
Not to hear you tell it.
So so we did the vegetarian deal. We're good.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
educated
I just
them.
wanted to touch on it.
Because Justin is the one that asked me when I was here, and I did his body fat. He asked me tons of questions about the vegetarian. Actually, he texted me yesterday. And I was like, he's about eating more protein, man. I feel great.
It's awesome.
Awesome. It was like
Dude, I
perfect.
I believe Justin was fucked up
Yeah.
from
It'll mess them up.
the vegetarian diet.
Well,
for
and
so
it was
long.
like you were saying though, like the vegetarian diet is okay, but you have to know the other parts of it to add in to
Yes.
keep your body healthy. Because
Yes.
otherwise, it can dilapidate your
And a
body
lot
like
of them
anything
will do
else.
soy. It's like, I'm getting my protein from soy. And you're a man, which
He
is
was
terrible.
Well, he was getting I don't know about soy, but I know he was getting protein from cheese. That's where he was getting his milk.
yeah.
Justin was literally turning himself into a woman
Yep.
through diet.
Yeah,
Like
it'll
by the
mess you
time
up.
Soy
they
will
tested his
increase your estrogen.
testosterone,
What was
Amanda has more testosterone than Justin
Really?
had.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was bad.
Most vegetarians are like that. Most vegetarians have low testosterone, high estrogen. They're weak. They're frail. If you take a guy who eats meat and take a guy who don't eat meat, take their shirts off, stand them side by side, you're going to tell the difference. Or put weight on the bar, tell them lift it. Put bullets in the gun, tell them to go shoot it. You know, they just don't have the aggressive.
Plus, they make terrible vampires. Like they can't take nearly as much sun. Like you take them out of the cave.
Well, it's
Terrible.
I don't.
They all pay.
I still
That's
look at it
what
like
I'm
from an old school,
talking
like in an old school thing. Like our eyes in the front of our head, we weren't made to just eat leaves and berries.
Mm-hmm.
I have an opposable thumb. I've got a fucking dew claw. Like
You
I'm supposed
almost
to grab
didn't.
shit.
You almost didn't.
Yeah.
You were almost just like every other mammal.
It was a different finger. I stridered my fingers last weekend.
I know. I was here. I saw it.
Tried to amputate.
It was terrible.
It was pretty bad, actually.
I was here last Tuesday.
Nick's gonna laugh at you.
I messaged Felix. I wanted him to get a kick out of it. I haven't heard back from him. Nick will probably not.
Nick will laugh at you.
Yeah.
So will Marissa will pretend she's concerned.
She'll go, oh, that
Yeah.
stupid little boy.
Pretty much.
They're really nice, but are we even going to body fat
Yeah.
percentage? Who's ready to body fat percentage?
There's one rule.
Uh-oh.
Put your shirt back on. There's only
It
one
just got
rule.
real.
There's no rule. Put your shirt back on.
All right,
There's
hold
only one
on while you're setting up.